Hey everybody, 5thHorseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and I have upgraded, you can tell by this little X here, to version, whatever it is. I need to unlock position and size, get this thing back where I like it. Okay. No, that's not what I want. What I really want. I want to click that and lock position and size. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, we got our three guys. I found a transfer window that works for me. It's in 12 minutes, and it gets me on the other side. It gets me a Kerbin encounter, which is pretty freaking awesome. So we're gonna do that burn, and we are gonna send these guys home, and then we are. I don't care how hard it is. We're going to land on Gilly. Actually, it won't be that hard. Gilly's pretty easy to land on. And we're in orbit, so shouldn't be a big deal. And this is in 3 minutes. It is an 1898, which is about, what is that, about 2/5, give or take, of our Delta V. So it's going to take maybe 3 minutes at the most. Now that I've figured all that out, I'm going to hit F5 to quick save. We're going to aim at our maneuver node and get our solar panels aimed at the sun. Not that it really matters that much. And what did I say, about 3 minutes? So we'll go down to 1.5 minutes. Do a quick test burn here. I think it'll be less than 3 minutes. And a go. That's a lot more than 3 minutes. So I'm going to hold down F9. And I'm just going to go now. I cannot believe that it is that many minutes. But what are you going to do? Obviously, Kerbal Engineer is guessing wrong, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe I do math bad. That is very possible. It is very possible that the problem is with me. Yeah, and you know what it is with me. I do math bad, not Kerbal Engineer. But oh well. I'm not going to make you sit through this burn, because obviously it's going to be pretty boring. I will come back when I have a Kerbin encounter. Okay, I just got the encounter and then lost it again. I don't think this ship has monopropellant, so I'm going to burn retrograde just a little bit. See if I can get it back here. Yeah, for some reason my burn was planned completely wrong. So I'm not sure what was up with that. But we are very close to an encounter. There it is. Okay. Look at all those asteroids. Hopefully they won't interfere with our return. I just selected something as a target, which is always exactly what you want to do when you're double-clicking on a planet in map mode. Especially when that item is a flag on the moon. Focus view. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's nice. That implies that we never have to do this. Moho Rescue. I would like to control Moho Rescue. Okay, jump to ship. I should have just done that from the beginning. It's nice I can click on that and focus view now, though. So let's try this again. We don't need this maneuver node, that's for sure. Sometimes the interface makes me want to kill. Okay. Focus view on Kerbin. Okay, so there is our encounter with Kerbin. Obviously, it can be better. But I think we're going to worry about that when we get to the ascending node here. We'll add a maneuver here. We're going to be there in a day. So yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's focus our view on Kerbin. Let's get our thing here. We need to go radially towards the sun. So that's negative, I believe. That is doing absolutely nothing. We've only got one maneuver node. Oh, I see what it's doing. Oh, it's doing that crazy because there's two orbits thing. So can I do this and then say go back in orbit? No, of course not. So I have to zoom way in and try to select just... Come on. Fix your user interface, guys. There we go. Nope, 227 days. So I just have to do it. I just have to burn. Luckily, I have a tool that they don't want us to have, and that tool is Precise Node. Sorry, not Precise Node, but Navball. What do you call it? I'm so good at this. I can explain everything I'm doing with absolute clarity. Okay, so if I burn towards the sun, that's making this encounter better. So now if I burn prograde, what does that do for our encounter? So I burn halfway between the two. What does that do for our encounter? I want to go more this way. Whoa! Let's go less this way. Bringing us down. And if we can set this all up in one big encounter, I will happily do it. We got plenty of fuel. We've got half of our fuel left still. And I think we're going to have to wait until we're actually at the ascending node. Now, can I do it with this? Let's get Cathane out of here. Can we add an ascending node? Looks like we can. It's in 31 days. No, wait, that's the date. It's in a day. Okay, so we can do it. And if we go descending node, it's 117 days away. So we're going to add that alarm. I would have loved to have had the opportunity to do some maneuver nodes. Oh, look at that. Minmus encounter. We could just drop us off at Minmus. How much would that cost? Just for the fun of it. Probably more than we have. Oh. 25. Oh. I almost want to do it just for the laugh. No, because we're gonna land us on Earth. I have plans for us, or Earth, on Kerbin. I have plans for us on Kerbin. So let's go ahead and do a little more radio. Oops. What if we go? Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Let's burn prograde. More radio. Ugh, I keep going the wrong way, radio. It feels like I should be flying away from the sun to make this go that way, and I don't really know why. There we go, getting close to Kerbin. More prograde. Okay, now we're coming right in here. What is that? 102. I almost want to just smack right into the planet. Let's do it. It seems to be the fun way to do things around here. Whoopsie! That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's do that. And then a little more of that. Bring it down. Get it a little equatorial just for the fun of it. And I have no idea if we're going to be on the dark side or the light side. But if we burn a retrograde? No, prograde. It'll bring it closer to the center of the planet. That's what I want to do. I want to come in from interplanetary space and just smack straight down on the equator. Okay, we are done. We are going to be returning to Kerbin in 113 days. The Ike drills are a way long ways away. We've got a maneuver node here that we don't care about. We don't care about this Moho return anymore. So we are ready to go to Gilly. What? Okay, first of all, the printer is going away. Second of all, this is somehow hovering. I'm going to call this a bad thing. I wonder if this is the same thing as happening to my Ike and my pole landers. I'm gonna have to fiddle, and I will be back. I know not when. Okay, well, I fixed the problem. The problem seems to be that the printer, if you have anything attached to it radially, fails to work in all circumstances. So I removed the RCS jets, the solar panels, and the landing legs from it. It should still be fine, except for the solar panels. The rest of the stuff is kind of redundant because, let's face it, we're landing on Gilly. I could have added some RCS jets here, and it's probably not a bad idea. Maybe I'll move them manually, because I have ones here, and I have ones here, and I have ones here. Maybe I'll take these ones and put them up on this guy. But what I had to do is I had to rebuild the craft, or not rebuild, but I had to get the craft from blueprints in the VAB, or actually the spaceplane hangar, because I built this thing in the spaceplane hangar. And then hyper-edit it into orbit, and then EVA my guys from the old one, delete the old one, put the new one where the old one was, and then put them back in the ship. And it was kind of a pain in the butt. And I used up a lot of the fuel manually, but I got about 200 liters of fuel more than I had before. But you know what? I figure that's payment for my troubles. And it's not like fuel's going to be a problem as soon as we land here and can do cathane. But we can now finally start planning our landing. So I'm bringing up the cathane grid. We actually don't want the cathane grid. We want the ore grid. And if you look here, there is on the equator somewhere. Is it this one? No. Is it over here? No. Is it over here? No. Huh. Maybe it was on the poles? Maybe it wasn't on Gilly at all. Oh, it's right here, yeah. Right here, there is a cathane and ore deposit. Now, the ore deposit's kind of crap compared to other ones. This one's got like 972. This one's only got 183. But it's got cathane on it too, which would make my cathane very easy. This down here, they're close to each other. This says 690. Whereas this one has 380 cathane, which isn't bad when it comes to cathane. But, you know, it doesn't really matter because, see, this guy's got 933, which is just awesome. However, if you look, there's no cathane anywhere near it. And this guy here is awesome, but there's no cathane anywhere near him. So, I think executive decision, I'm going to try to land up here. So, we're going to send a prospector probe. That's why we have them. We're going to decouple you. If it allows us, let's make sure he has fuel. Come on, show me his fuel. There we go. Yes, he has fuel. So we are going to decouple. And then this little guy, he's got his solar panels. Unless he's facing directly away from the sun, he should always have access to sunlight. But there's not much he can do until this thing gets in the light, because he has no batteries. He has 10 electric charge, so he can't do anything. So we need to wait. What is this? 3 Eve. Wow. It's actually really close to my 3 Eve probe lander, which is kind of interesting. Although this is, if I remember correctly, let me switch to it. Yeah, this is just the this is just the spent stage. There's actually fuel in this, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a decent amount of fuel in this. So, considering how close we are, we might, I mean, just for funds, we might come in and try to collect this thing. But anyway, actually, I guess I can just fast forward until this guy is in the sun. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, sun has risen, which means, oh, and there's E and Eve rise too. Huh. Okay, so now we can go back to our probe lander, which can now plan an orbital alignment burn, which I think I'm going to do. Actually, I could probably do it right about now. Let's hit F5. Aim ourselves south. And do this burn. Now it's probably going to be our... Oh, wait. Yeah, he has such power. I have to do this in spurts. Otherwise, he's going to be crazy. I could thrust limit him. But where's the fun in that? Okay, we getting close? Yes. Okay, and his orbit's still fairly similar to what it was before. So now, when we come over, say right at the periapsis, why not? We're going to add a maneuver to bring him down. Right about there looks good to me. And we are just going to, assuming he has electric charge at that point, actually. That might be kind of interesting. And you know what? I just realized we're on Gilly. This is not the way you like to land on Gilly. Yeah, I'm going to set a maneuver node right about here. Because our orbital velocity is 20. So doing it here, then we'll have to time warp all the way down, and I'm not going to do that. So in an hour and 21 minutes, I will be back when we can do this burn. Okay, we are coming over the Kethane deposit here. As soon as I do my burn to slow myself down, I'm going to show you why I'm doing this. Okay, and let me slow down. Let me burn a retrograde a tiny, tiny bit. It is crazy how... Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because the Kethane deposit is almost entirely within the ore deposit. So I want to land in one of these probably like right around here. So let me burn, I think it's going to be north. Whoa. Whoa, crazy time. Makes me wish I had RCS. Let me aim south. Okay, that's better. Now let me aim a retrograde. Okay, that's pretty much perfect. So, he wants to go down there. And that looks pretty flat, actually. I'm going to thrust limit this guy. It doesn't apparently calculate the thrust to weight. Let me see if it'll do it now. No. And I screwed up my... But it's a lot easier to control, and I think he's going to have plenty of thrust to weight. Let's face it. It's Gilly. Okay, we're going to aim directly at the surface here. And we're going to give ourselves about, let's see, how far off the surface are we? What's our impact time? 15 minutes. So we are going to get that down to, say, 2.5 minutes, give or take. And we're going to take advantage of time warp until it doesn't let us anymore. Then we are going to spin ourselves around. Oh, look at this flat plane. Let's turn our landing gear on. Is this seriously? No, it's not perfect. Let's get our surface velocity. Not that it matters that much. We want to be going east a little bit, which is, of course, this way. Okay. Going 50 meters per second. We are 50 seconds from impact. Let's get ourselves turned around here. Yeah, we're still going to be nice and flat in this plane, which is... I'm not going to complain at all. Actually, it's looking less flat now that I'm coming down. It always does. Let's get into... Yeah, auto mode is fine. Once we get to about, let's see what our... Yeah, let's get down to 35 here as we go. 32 seconds to impact. Lots of rocks, but they're not real. They're imaginary. This will kill my horizontal velocity here. There we go. And now we're going 15 meters per second. So we're basically now at the point where even if we have to panic burn right at the last second, our landing legs will keep this thing alive. Can't time more. I don't know why I even tried. I always try, but it's a slope, but it's not a bad slope, and the main thing is it's flat, because we don't care too much about Gilly's gravity when it all comes down to it. It's all about the flat surface. So we're 10 seconds from impact. When I get down to about 5, I will cut another 5 or so meters per second off my velocity here. Little dinky guy. And